All right, so today we are making something real easy, real simple, and hopefully delicious, but we are going to make salmon nuggets with a bang bang sauce. So, first thing obviously is to get started with the salmon. So yes, these are frozen portioned fillets. They are skinless. I am leaving them frozen because they will make it easier to work with. And frankly, I think even fresh salmon, it would be easier to work with if they were frozen as well. They'll bread easier. Everything will stick to them a little easier. So, like I said, leaving them frozen. These are 2 4-ounce fillets, but we're going to cut them into about 1-inch cubes. And this one's just thin, so he just happens to be this big. But I'm setting them in a bowl. And I'd say you don't want them to be any bigger than that. About the size you want. So like this, I'll have to cut them in half and then cut them into cubes, like so. And these will be little nuggets, but the idea will be there. Okay, that was all the chopping we needed to do. So I have here some regular bread flour, 1 egg, and I had some leftover sourdough that I let dry out and then pulsed, made my own breadcrumbs. So we're going to season our flour, season our breadcrumbs, whisk our egg, and then we'll get this party started. So, for the flour, I just want to do about a half teaspoon of salt, and this is about a half cup of bread flour, and about a half teaspoon of black pepper, a half teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half teaspoon of onion powder. Okay, mix them together. Okay, and then our egg, and I have 1 egg, and I added about a teaspoon of water. Whisk him together. Okay, and then our breadcrumbs, I have about a cup of sourdough breadcrumbs, and we're gonna add a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of black pepper, a half teaspoon of parsley, a half teaspoon of paprika, a half teaspoon of onion powder, half teaspoon of garlic powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. And then I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And I'm gonna kind of crush it a little bit in my hand just to break up some long strands. And then I have a parchment paper lined plate just to set them on for now. But let's go ahead and bread these. So flour first, egg wash, and then breadcrumbs. Okay, and repeat till everybody's done. And I'm gonna throw these in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then in the meantime, we're gonna make our bang bang sauce. All right, so this sauce is pretty straightforward. I think I've made this one before, but we're going to go with a half cup of olive oil mayo, 2 tablespoons of sriracha, a tablespoon of honey, a teaspoon of lime juice, and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Okay, and give that a good mix. Bang, or bam, or whatever. I know that was cute. But anyway, so, if it's too spicy, add a little bit more mayo. If it's not spicy enough, add a little bit more sriracha. If you want a little sweeter, add a little bit more honey. But there you go. Bang bang sauce. Alright, so I have my air fryer set to 350. And we're going to aim for about 5 minutes. I have it set for 6. But we're going to see what happens after 5. And just kind of keep an eye on them, because they are kind of small. But we'll check these in about 5-6 minutes. All right, so we ended up going about 8 minutes because a couple of them just didn't want to cook, but topped it with some green onion and then our sauce with a little bit of green onion. These smell really good. I just want to let the world know that. Just pretend that there's smell-o-vision, and that's all you need to know. Let's eat. Yes, I'm using chopsticks for these, sue me. Cheers. Mmm. 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 The Parmesan cheese gives it a nice crispy outer texture. It's not dry by any means. I thought it was going to be just because of how long it had to go for. But I think being frozen helped a little bit. The sauce is fantastic. And it definitely somehow counters the real intensity of the Parmesan cheese in the breadcrumbs. And I'm not gonna lie, the fresh sourdough, or the, well, not fresh sourdough, but the old sourdough slash homemade sourdough breadcrumbs, solid. And I know it's not very like dino nuggy, but they are technically little nuggets of fish. So yeah, they're still delicious and I'm still gonna eat them with or without chopsticks. I'm still gonna eat them, but yeah. And the green onion actually is kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was just gonna be kind of there, extra, just because, for thumbnail purposes. Actually, it kind of is nice. It's a nice raw onion taste that is kind of mild and goes really well with, again, that sharpness of that cheese. Well guys, there you have it. Salmon nuggets in the air fryer with a bang bang sauce. And if you like this video and you're new, make sure you hit that sub button. Throw a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And as always, peace out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!